Hi everybody, this is Darius, and I'm back with a follow-up video to something I did a few years ago. This has to do with the question of whether or not in your church worship service you should be using a click and guide system with some in-ear monitors. And I've written some blog articles on it, as well as some YouTube videos that I've done, and I'll post those in the description below. You can take a look at them and listen to them and decide what you think. But in the videos that I had done, I had followed two churches, one where I was a worship leader, and then one where my wife and I had done a recording here at home, and another church where some of the people I knew had gone to. And I explained all that in the video, so you can take a look at that and get the longer story on it. But I'm following up with the Red Church. The Red Church was what I called this particular church so that it wouldn't be identified too much. And they were not doing a good job with their music. They were pushing and pulling and going too fast. The singers were getting out of breath. The instrumentalists were having trouble catching up. And I thought I would follow up on that with just this brief video to sort of bring the topic back up again and remind people that this is really something that you probably should be doing in your churches. And the first thing I want to do here, just a A-B comparison. This is a side-by-side. This is Phil Wickhams' Amazing Grace. And I want you to notice first here, let me move over to a different screen, and I'll show you some statistics that are kind of disturbing. When you look at what the target is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a tempo of 98 beats per minute. And you can see that where this church actually played it is more like 125. So they've got a very inconsistent worship leader there and an inconsistent drummer. And this is not good. Now you think, well, that doesn't seem like it's too bad. Well, you'll hear the difference in a minute here. The statistics on it here, the clip that I'm going to play for you is only 46 seconds long. And the Red Church, and that's the original song is 46 seconds. The Red Church does it in 38 seconds. That's about 18% faster. And it finishes 3 1/4 measures ahead of where it's supposed to finish. So you'll hear this, and part of my gripe about things like this is that you detract from the worship. You know, most of these Christian songs are ballad type songs, and when you start playing these kinds of songs too fast, you defeat the original purpose of helping people draw closer to God, and you lose that original feeling that was there. So take a listen to this, and you'll see a little side by side, and you can hear the Red Church is in the top area up there, and the original recording is in the bottom area, the bluer greener area there. And then I'll play you the song, the clips side by side, so you can hear the full thing. Right now you'll hear that the Red Church gets quite a bit ahead of the original song and where it's supposed to be.
Who brings our chaos back into order? Who makes the orphan a son and daughter?
Son and daughter, the King of Glory, the King of Glory, who rules the
Shines like the sun in all of its brilliance.
shines like the sun in all of its brilliance, the King of Glory.
Amazing grace, this is unfailing love.
This is unfailing love, that you would take my place.
Okay, first off, you get the idea. You could hear that the Red Church was getting quite a bit farther ahead. If you're listening, and perhaps you can hear it even better here, you're hearing people kind of gasping for breath. And if you listen to more of the song, you'll hear it. This is only a short clip of it. So what I'm going to do now is play you the same thing, except it's going to be just one part Red Church, one part original, and see how that goes.
Who brings our chaos back into order? Who makes the orphan a son above all kings.
Who rules the nations with truth and justice, shines like the sun in all of its brilliance. The King of glory, the King above all kings.
This is amazing grace. This is unfailing love, that you would take my place.
Yeah, this is amazing grace. This is unfailing love, that you would take my place.
All right, I hope you can hear in that one is clearly better than the other, and certainly for a worship service. People will play music for all kinds of reasons, and a lot of times they're undisciplined and unfocused. They just want to play. And musicians and singers love to play and sing, and as long as they feel good about what they're doing, they think it is good. But as you can see here, recordings don't lie. One is clearly better than the other, and one clearly facilitates a better form of worship than the other one facilitates. So that's really what I'm about here. We need to discipline ourselves. God, when He set up His own temple worship service, He gave the best, most talented people to the temple service. And, we ought to at least do our best for the Lord, and that means extra practice, extra discipline, and working with your worship leader. I mean, this is the way that professional music is done these days. If you're coming up through the system, you're going to learn to play with a click track, and it's particularly important if you were playing in Los Angeles, for example, and they called you together, say we need a group to put together for doing a music score or something. Well, what they would do is they would let people know, and the people that were recruited would almost entirely be able to play to a click and guide system. And most music is laid down that way in the modern world because most of it is not recorded in one room together. The music will be laid down at one point. You might even have people recording in their homes and sending it out on the internet, and then the next guy hits it and records. And the reason they can do that is because they use a click and guide kind of system so that everybody knows where they're at and nobody's playing too fast or too slow. These people are professionals, so they're really good at it. But it's something that amateurs can get good at just as well. I've had to go from not doing it to doing it, and it worked beautifully for me. My wife became a singer. She had never been a church singer for us in the past. She loved the click and guide system. She didn't want to sing without it because it gives you that extra level of confidence, because when it says verse 1, you're supposed to start singing in verse 1. So there's no question where things come in. There's a lot less to forget. And all of the professional churches do it. Hillsong, Elevation, you name it, they all do it, almost to a man. And it's the medium and small churches that are often resistant to it. Paul Baloche encourages people to use it, and there are various implementations, which I discuss some of those in my blog articles and in my other YouTube videos. So I hope this is helpful to you, and I hope it lights a fire under you to do the best for the Lord, do everything as unto the Lord, do it well, and have a wonderful and blessed Sunday, week in and week out, because you can be confident and your people can be trained and disciplined to do what they're supposed to be doing in the first place. God bless you. Good luck. I'm here for you.